Hey everybody, welcome to Sport Karate Live. I'm Point Fighter Live. I'm here with Regina Thompson tonight as a guest, and I'm really excited to have you on again. How's everything? Good?
Good. Everything's good. Taking day by day. Everything's good, brother.
Yeah, for sure. Hey
How are
man,
you doing?
I know you lost your father recently, and
Yes, sir.
so my condolences to that
Thank
to
you.
that. And how you holding up? Yeah,
I'm getting better. Just trying to stay positive. Grieving is a process that I've never been through per se like this. And just to have to deal with not knowing that my dad is not there. It's just like I can't call him when I want. I can't call him when I get home from a tournament. Things like that. It's just I took advantage of him always being there, and now that he's not, it's just ugh. And then to figure out and know that I'm not as strong as I thought I was emotionally and spiritually, and needing help, and it's just learning a lot about myself. But I'm school is actually helping me stay positive and focused on that. So that's all I can do right now, and being involved in karate, like with your show and stuff like this, I'm excited about it. So this is what's helping me. So keep it coming. I like it. I enjoy it.
for sure. Hey, congratulations on your win at the
Thank you.
Louisiana Pro Am.
Yes,
And
sir. Thank you. Thank you.
yeah, it's always a great event. You've won that tournament multiple times, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I wanted when he first started, or when I first started going in, when he had it in Lafayette, and then when he moved it to New Orleans, I've won it there a few years in a row. And then last year I missed it, but I went back this year, and it was a good tournament. It was.
Yeah, it's always I missed it this year. I've gone there like 2 or 3 years in a row, and I love New Orleans, and I just love the
Yes,
back
I
feeling.
love New Orleans too. I love New
It
Orleans.
has like a laid back feeling, and then at night you go out and you have some fun.
The
And
nightlife, and just mingle and have fun.
for
Stay
sure,
away
hey,
from trouble. What's that?
going back to your dad, right? How big was he? How big a part of your life was he in sport? As far as sport karate, he would keep track of your wins and all. You would call him after every tournament and stuff.
For the most part, yeah. Again, sometimes me and my dad, we were really close. Of course, growing up, he was close with all three of my sisters and I, or two of my sisters and I. But I was the one that kind of did the sports and the tomboy, and the one that he excelled in sports. He went to college for baseball and basketball, so that kind of helped us bond type thing. And then just over time, it was something like, Daddy, I want to start karate. I want to try karate. So when we started, it was my sisters and myself and my dad. We started karate together. Then my two sisters ultimately kind of trickled off over time. And then it was just my dad and I. And then when I first started competing, he drove me every and anywhere around the state and to Louisiana to tournaments out there. There was like nowhere he wouldn't take me, and to the point where he had to work and drive to the tournament. He would get one of his friends, and they would be the drivers. He'd get in the back seat and sleep, and then I would sit in the front seat, and we just drive to the tournament. So it was like all those memories and things like that. He was my first sponsor, of course. Daddy, he paid for all the tournaments, everything we needed to do.
Yeah,
So he was always involved in karate. He knew that karate was very, very important to me. So it was like the choice that I made, that everything was always about karate. And he never really, he gave me advice, of course, but he never made me decide or pick or choose karate versus this. It was, well, she's happy or you're happy. You're excelling at it, you're doing well at it, so keep doing it. So it was just something that he and we always had that connection with. And then whether I won or lost, it was jokes. Daddy, I won today. Well, who hit you with what, and how many times did you get hit? And it was just him and how he was. It wasn't necessarily about what I did and how I won or I didn't win. It was just like, how did you get hit, or what did you do, or what did you didn't do, which always made it entertaining for us to talk about karate and things like that. So it's just that I miss him so much. I miss him.
yeah. You guys had a special relationship for
We
sure,
do. We
and
do.
I'm sure he's still watching you right now, and he's super.
He is. I feel like he's always with me.
Yeah. Hey, so you mentioned that you were now going to school now,
Yes.
like, more full time, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
While
sir.
raising while raising your kids. How tough is that?
Extremely. It's really, honestly, I had two reasons for going back. It was because I always wanted to go back. It was just, again, karate came first, and that's what I wanted to do. And then I thought it was time. My kids are older now in elementary, to where I have that extra time during the day when I'm not working out, or when I don't have to teach class or privates or something like that. So I thought I had more free time. And then secondly, my third grader, she comes home with extremely hard math. So I thought I needed to go to school to learn how to do third grade math. And then she's only going to get older. So it was just something that I wanted to do and to get better at. And my girls kind of look at me like for all the answers besides their daddy. So when she comes to me, I want to know how to do certain things.
Wow. No, it's great. Hey, you sacrificed a lot for sport karate too, and like now, but now you're going to school. It's it's great that it's never too late, right? So
Never,
like it's kind of
never.
like, but you've had a great sport karate career, and it's really not over. I mean, kind of like not being as active, but it's not over, and it's
Right.
great
I
that
feel
you
like
could
I'm
go
on
back.
pause. I'm on pause. That's what I feel like I'm doing right now. I'm just kind of doing some other things because I feel like everyone has always said karate is always going to be there. So now I feel like if I want to do something else and feel like I've done something besides karate in my life, I think the first thing for me to do is to go back and kind of complete some of the things that I didn't before in school is the major thing right now. So I'm just taking one thing at a time to try to get that done.
Hey, you're breaking up a little bit. Can you hear me well?
I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
Uh, okay, yeah. Just can you do me a favor? Can you exit and come back, and
Okay,
then
I
just
can do that.
I'll
Give
be
me 1 second.
okay. Yeah, and while she's off right now, we're just bringing up the sponsors. We got ASG, Fighters Inc., and Doris Brothers. Can you hear me good? You can hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay, maybe you're back. Maybe it's good. It just broke off for a little bit there for a second.
Okay.
But
I will leave it like that. I
hey,
won't say
so
anything else.
no, it's cool. Hey, so um, going back to the Louisiana Pro-Am, what's something that keeps you coming back to it?
Just the excitement, just judging. Honestly, I don't really like judging forms. Everybody and anybody that knows me, I'm more of a fighter, hands on that excitement. And just to watch any and everybody come back and just try to compete. I saw some people, I met some people that I'd never seen before or met before, but for them to try and compete on a level with like a RG and things like that, and to put up their best fights. It's that level of competition. It's like when you're watching basketball or when you're watching football, the Super Bowl. It's just exciting to me. I enjoy it. You still there?
Hey, hey, I'm back. Can you see me? Oh man, oh man, I'm sorry, guys. We're having a little bit of a connection problem here. I guess it's a new program that we got with a new studio, and let's see if we could get it back. Let's see what I could do here. Okay. Okay. Well, it looks like we're back. Let's let's see if Regina's back on too. Hey, Regina. Oh, sorry about that. I guess
No problem. No problem. I'm not sure if it's on my end or what. I apologize. I'm sorry.
my end because the app that I use for this, like the program, it changed to like a newer version. I guess
Okay.
it's the first day, and maybe there's a glitch to it. But
Gotcha. It's like everything that comes out new, you got to work out the kinks.
yeah, let me know if you guys could see us and hear us good. I know there's still people watching, and everything looks fine now. So
Okay.
hey, so we were talking about Louisiana program and how
Right.
you like don't like judging the forms, but you like judging the fighting,
Of
right?
course. Of course. You get to stand up and move and you're right there in the action. It's just like watching the Super Bowl. I was saying that the Super Bowl or any type of playoffs. I watched some of these people, Sean, and there was another kid from Florida that I watched put up their best fights. I mean, I'd never seen them before, but they put up great fights against RG, you know, just to say that they want to come out and for the experience and for the competition. That's the part that I love. People doing karate because they love it, not because of necessarily the money, the fame, the attention, or anything like that. They do it just because they love it. That's what I
Hey, yeah,
like.
there's a bunch of videos that I'm gonna load from the event, and I saw a lot of different people there that I don't think I saw
Exactly.
before. So that's pretty good for the area, right?
Exactly, definitely. And I think also because Pee Wee, I'm not sure of the name and you got to excuse me, but I think he's a part of some different organizations and they brought in some of those fighters into his tournament for this
Oh
year.
yeah.
Yeah.
Brian Pena and
And Corky.
Sykes. Yeah, gotta
Yes,
keep.
sir.
Yeah, that's true. So that did help bring in some new people, some new.
Right. Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
cool. No, and it was a WKC USA qualifier as well. So
Definitely.
awesome. That's awesome. Hey, you also, you're not as active as a in fighting right now. You're
Right.
at school, but you're still gonna be out there in the sport, especially with the show you and Lump have now. So
Yes.
tell us more about.
Women in Love Lump on is raw. It's a show. Everybody that doesn't know Travis TP Cloud toilet paper. That's what I like to call him. He is doing podcasts. He has a few different days that he releases them with different people. And when we were at AKA, you know, he was talking to us about doing it, and I was like, you know, I'd do something like that. And he's like, I'd love to have you guys doing it, and I wanted to know the rules, the stipulations, you know, the things that we needed to do and could do. And he said, you know, everybody kind of loves you guys. So it's just you guys going out there and talking about, you know, karate or whatever you want to talk about. And when Lump and I, we got on the plane and we were coming home, it was like we started to really think about the show. Like we didn't really want it just to be about karate. We ourselves, again, he's in school too. He's been in school about a year and a half longer than me. So he's learning and changing in his own manner, his own way. And so he wanted to express and talk about some things that he wanted to get out. And again, with the things that I was going through with my dad, I wanted to be able to talk and express. All of us love karate. We only know that karate lifestyle, that karate person. And I'm figuring out things about myself in general. So I know that the karate people, the karate lifestyle, doesn't know a lot about me and what I was going through. And I feel like that we can all connect in a different manner other than karate. So we just want to introduce things like that and talk about things like that. And then for people that have things that they want to talk about, you can send us messages on Facebook and things like that. And we'll make sure we talk about those things too, because I think we want to connect in
I
a
like.
different manner other than just karate.
Hey, I like it. That's really awesome. So it's the page is the Marshall Inter Network. What is it? What's it?
Oh, don't
I
ask me.
Travis Plowden. I know, but like you said, he has a bunch of shows.
Yes,
Jeff Doss and Alex Davis,
yes,
good. Chris Walker and
yes, yes,
Elf
sir, yes, sir.
Plowden. So they have. You guys got to check it out. Like they have like
Definitely, definitely. Not just our show, everybody's show, because he's got good people on there with a lot of history, a lot of connections, a lot of opinions that we all can learn from. We all.
this is great because the sport needs stuff like this, get into the topics and like, that they're getting into. And then now with you guys, it's not just sport karate, right?
Right,
Getting into all these cool topics for sure.
right.
You
And we
guys,
don't want to compete with like you. We don't want to compete with Point Fighter with just karate topics. You know, we want to all make it. We want us all to be out there. So we need to find other ways and other avenues.
yeah, for sure. It's not, we're all one family at the end of the day.
Exactly. We
Purpose.
all want to eat. We all want to be heard. So we just want to keep talking. I like it.
Yeah. I think we need more networks. We need more and more. Just that's gonna put our sport out there
Definitely.
with sport martial
Definitely.
arts, my page, and now you guys with your page, and then I know Jackson Rudolph has his page that he
Right.
started,
I heard it.
and then what happens with that is when corporate sponsors like there's already Taco Bell, Paul Mitchell, they
Right.
seeing then you go to another corporate sponsor, you start seeing that there's shows on the sport, there's
Right.
videos, five
There's a platform. There's a platform to be heard. Exactly.
they look at it and say, "Wow, this is a sport, a real sport, legit sport, and it looks more professional with the matted rings and scoreboards and
Right.
just
The
more."
television, the more electronic, we're evolving. Karate is
I,
evolving like everything.
I think it could really help grow the sport. And one of the biggest things is with sponsors, and this is a way to get sponsors. So I think it's a
Right.
great, and we got to keep it going, you know, and
Definitely. Definitely.
for sure, for sure. So hey, so do you don't have a tournament planned for the?
Um, as far as locally, no, not really. Locally, I have some girls that are moving up to adults, and I want to just get some experience, just fighting before I take them out on the national level. So I just think I want her to fight and compete more locally on that adult level, so she can gain some adult experience. So locally, I won't compete too often, maybe a hit and miss here and there. I do plan on being at Battle of Atlanta and competing there. But as far as nationals, I really don't have a plan
Yeah,
because I can't promise the training with school and my kids and things like that. And before it was I train if and when I want because I have that time. You can do it when you want. Now I don't have the time and I'm too old to go get beat up. You know, these young girls, I look at them, it's like, I don't want it, and I'd rather not do it than to go out there and not be able to compete in a manner. And with my dad, my emotions and my thought process is all over the place. And even at AKA, I lost to Rasha and she fought a very good fight, better than I'd ever fought her before. And I felt like I was watching myself from above mentally. When I'm able to do certain things to turn that switch, I wasn't able to do it. So I know that my mental status is not where it needs to be. So I don't want to take advantage of karate in that manner because I'm not out there just to win tournaments or win titles or win money. I love karate more than that. So I'd rather just do it and be involved in it with different manners. And then my brother, he's going to do it. We train kids. I still teach once or twice a week when I can. So I still have to be involved in it. And I plan on my girls doing it. So we'll see what happens in the future. We'll see.
when it comes to women fighters or even overall, pound for pound, like you got to go down as one of the greatest of all time with your
I appreciate it. I
fight
don't feel like that, but I appreciate it. I just did it karate because I loved it and I love to compete.
because you were winning from what, the 90s. We were winning already in the 90s.
You trying
Yeah.
to tell my age, Alex?
No, well, you could have moved up early. I
No,
think
I get it. I get it. I've been around a long time. Yes, sir. I've been around a long time. I
and you
started karate when I was 7.
stopped, and you haven't really stopped. 97, right?
No, sir. I won my title at the 91 Super Grands in New Orleans. I was 11 or 12 years old. I fought Tara Gable or Tara Van Duzen. I apologize now. That's who my first world title was against. We fought 3 rounds.
Hey, now you gave your age because you said 91.
I know. I'll be 42 in May. It's okay. It's coming. I am that person that used to make fun of old people. I am that old person now.
Nah,
My
nobody.
girls say it all the time. They make fun of me all the time. I'm a year old. I am, baby. I am.
Hey, thing didn't like you. I think you won pretty much everything multiple times. Is there anything that you could just be like, man, I wish I had one more shot at that, or
Oh,
anything?
two tournaments. Two tournaments. U.S. Open. I've never won U.S. Open.
Oh,
And then Irish Open. I've never won that. I've gotten real close to Irish Open, like the almost to the Final Four, Final Six, Final Eight, but that's as close as I've ever gotten.
yeah, yeah, but you beaten everybody that won those tournaments too. So it's
At
just like,
least once, yes, sir. At least once, yes, sir. I try to.
hey, now you've seen a lot of fighters and up and coming fighters. Who do you kind of see? Maybe that's young that hasn't. Do you have anybody that's coming up that's young that maybe hasn't won as much? We already know Morgan is great. And there's some others that are great, but like that you could see that they have a great future. Is there anybody that catches your eye like that?
I would like to say that you brought up Morgan, and it makes me think of the team they picked up. I've noticed Faith
Oh yeah,
at AKA, and I've always really liked her as far as her fighting and her
hit
mental
hard
game.
too, right?
She has a huge heart and a little bitty body, and that's what I love. When I was younger, I was always smaller, and just the way she's out there competing, and I love it. Last year I didn't get to see as many of the young and up and coming fighters, and then even at AKA I didn't get to watch the junior girls like I normally like
Yeah,
to, but I've heard and you've posted videos and things like that. There are some super girls out there that are fighting right now that can give anybody a run for their money. And it's just great to see them coming up, watching people like Morgan, watching people, just in general fighting women fighters and to keep it going and excelling. I hope that we continue to grow the women's side of
Yeah,
karate so that when and if my girls decide to do karate, they'll do so much better than I, and then they'll have I don't want to say an easier road, but I want them to have a different road than I did in martial arts so they can experience something in karate that I didn't. And we can actually do that together. I want to be with them
yeah,
every step of the way.
for sure. Hey, also, now with the women movement, female fighters matter too, and then you got a few other movements out there as well. I see, the girls are more motivated now to moving
Right.
up, and more women teams out there than ever, right? So
Yes, sir. I
it
think it's
looks good.
because of the attention that Maggie brought out with the movements and everybody brought out. Before, I think that we felt like we weren't as important. If you weren't like Morgan, or if you weren't like a Nikki or a Claire, you really didn't get the attention that you felt like you deserved. And with this movement, in general, it's not focused on one woman; it's focused on all women. So it just makes you fight and put more heart and effort into it because you're on that platform. You want to represent by any means.
Yeah, for sure. Now there's like at least four teams that could consistently field the team, like Impacts, KTOC. Then you got
Exactly.
Legend now. Legend, they have
Yes, sir.
females fighting, and then I know there's another one. I just had it on my, but there's like
It's okay. You're giving me a lot of information. Like I said last year, I
yeah,
wasn't involved with
no,
watching everything, so it's like, wow, you're telling me a lot. I'm gonna go and research all of this when we get
yeah,
done.
it's pretty cool. Like before, oh, and straight up, they field the team.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
So that's like four consistent teams, and that's like, sometimes that's is the same as a in a smaller national adult men
Right,
black belt has maybe six or seven, or sometimes 10, the bigger ones, but they're catching up,
right.
right?
Exactly. It's getting bigger. It's growing. It's that
Yeah,
movement. I'm telling you, that woman's movement. Women rule the world. I'm telling you, we rule the world.
yeah, for sure. It's great. Hey, thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you, brother.
Congratulations again on your win, and
Thank you.
we're gonna make sure you guys tune into Regina's show and Lump. There, it's on the Marshall Inter Network, I believe. That's what it
There
is.
you go. What you said. That's it.
Cloud,
Bam.
Travis Cloud is great page as well. So support that.
That's
And
great. Hit my brother up, and he's got some great ideas about some shows with the team, the state thingies, the team fights for the juniors. You guys, you have he has some great ideas. So if you're looking for some good action in your shows, hit up Travis Cloud. Hit him up.
for sure, for sure. Thanks for joining us, and thanks to
Thank
everybody
you.
for tuning in. Have a great night.
All
Power.
right, guys.